Well, good morning, everyone. Today we're starting an episode of our journeys back towards Airlie Beach. We leave from Fitzroy Island, but I don't know what's happened, but unfortunately I didn't take much video footage from Fitzroy Island down to Cape Meridian, or Meridian Harbour I should say, and I think the main reason for that was it was rough as guts. To say the least, and it wasn't a very comfortable trip at all. It was blowing sort of 25 knots straight on the nose, and it wasn't a real comfortable trip at all. So my apologies for that, but anyway, I'll give you a bit of an update as to exactly where we ended up on our trip back, and we're taking you through in 2 or 3 different stages, down as far as Townsville, I think, on this episode. Anyway, we'll see how far we get. Cheers. Well, good morning. We're at Meridian Harbour, Saturday the 3rd, and what a great little spot this is. Geez, we had a good night's sleep last night. It was so peaceful. It was a glass out everywhere here last night. There was 2 boats behind us, but they've left. Dizzy Lee and Hemmer, I think it was. Yeah, it's such a great natural harbour, and yeah, pleasantly tucked in here at the moment. A little bit of rain. We had a fair bit of rain last night, which has washed all the salt off the boat, which is nice. And I've just done a little bit of editing. I don't even know what time it is today. It's about 11 o'clock, I think. But we're going to hang around here for another night and then head further south, possibly to Hinchinbrook. I might put the tinny in shortly, little tiny turtle, and just go for a bit of a cruise around the harbour. A couple of guys went, oh, now it's starting to rain. A couple of guys went way up that way fishing early this morning. But yeah, it's pretty quiet here. Not much happening at all, which is nice. Anyway, we'll keep you updated and let you know what we're doing. I think Kylie's doing some more baking today. We're out of bread because we ate it all for breakfast, and possibly doing something there. So I'll take a picture of her. I'll never let an opportunity go by without, if you see a garbage bin, using it, and I'm pretty sure I can see a garbage bin way over there at the boat ramp. So I've got all the garbage together. I'm going to go over and see if I can unload it. So we're doing this between the rain squalls, and there's some coming our way now. So let's give it a shot. I thought a little bit earlier, I thought I'd better check the fuel situation in the dinghy, because we haven't checked it in a month since we left Airlie Beach, and it was almost empty. So that was lucky. Now it's starting to rain. Oh well, we're going in the rain. Shallow in over here, so we'll follow the main channel around. There's the ocean out there. Oh no, garbage bin, here we go. Do any good?
No, nothing, mate.
No fish in the ocean these days, eh?
Yeah.
We really need to automate that anchor light. We decided to head for Clump Point in pretty adverse weather conditions, so we tried tacking with them into the swells and with the swells to make it a little bit more comfortable for us, eventually arriving later in the day. Well, good morning. It's the 6th of June. We're at Clump Point again. Came down from Meridian Harbour last night. Blowing 15 to 20, but we're going to make it doesn't get any better for the next 2 weeks. We've got a bit of a window on Friday and Saturday. We're going to try and make as many miles as we can on Friday and Saturday. So we want to get down the bottom end of Hinchinbrook today. So that's our plan. So we're going to start packing up, getting ready. Rained a bit during the night, but I didn't hear a thing apparently, which is probably a good thing. Anyway, we're starting to get ready now. Pack everything up, get everything sorted, and get on our way. Well, we've just left Clump. Conditions would appear to be slightly better than yesterday. We've only got about 1.5 to 2 instead of 2 to 3. We've made a checklist up last night of everything we had to do before we left, instead of relying on our ageing memories. So hopefully that will cause us a little bit less havoc during the course of the day. However, until we get down to Hinchinbrook Channel, I will have to survive on just having one coffee, unless conditions miraculously improve, which I'm not counting on. Maybe I should carry some iced coffees, but they've got too much sugar in them. Alright, well we'll keep moving along at our 5 knots at 1500 revs and slug it out, I suppose. Well, conditions are, as we expected, pretty ordinary. We're in the lee of Dunk Island at the moment, so it's settled considerably. That's South Mission Beach over here, and we've only got about a metre of swell, I suppose, here. We've had 2 metres getting down to here, and we're expecting 2 metres as we cross this passage here, which will be we're going to go down the Hinchinbrook Channel again, So this is going to be the rough spot. I don't expect much footage of that. That's Badara Island over there. And yeah, it's as we expected, but it has to be done. So, and good old turtle, she's got a hard shell, this thing, and just keeps riding over and through the waves. Hasn't flinched. Very safe boat, but unfortunately it's a little bit rolly when the seas come round on the beam. But having said that, we've stowed everything rather well today, except the coffee machine had a tumble today. That's never happened before. It doesn't look like I'm going to get that second cup of coffee for quite some time. Probably when it morphs into a cold beer. All right, we'll give you a bit of an update as we go. Hopefully I'll be able to take some footage. Well, we've just about coming into the Hinchinbrook channel. Conditions have eased quite a bit actually. We're down to about 12 knots of wind speed, less our boat speed, which unfortunately we've been pushing tide, wind and swell, so we're down to about 5.5 knots. But yeah, we're flattened right out. We're not getting any swell to speak of at the moment, so we're going to make some lunch very shortly, which will be well and truly appreciated, along with that second cup of coffee. Well, coming into the Hinchinbrook channel, it's Cardwell over there, Cardwell Marina, or mud hole I suppose you'd call it these days. There's not much you can do inside the marina. Apparently the slipway is still open and operating, but the marina's not much good. So we're just going down the eastern side of the channel. Quite a nice little part of the planet. Certainly getting some K's up today, but unfortunately we've been pushing tide all day and we're into the spring tides. Full moon was last night, so we're pushing a knot and a half of current. But still quite an enjoyable way to travel. Certainly slowed my life down. Haven't spent a lot of time upstairs today. There's a fair bit of breeze about 15 knots. Although it has sort of eased off a little bit at the moment. We're doing 5.5 knots going into the breeze. It brings the apparent wind up fairly high. See what we've got on the wind gauge. 17 knots. Always take the grandchildren with us when we're going anyway. I'll give you a bit of an update as we get further down the channel. I'm going to try and get right to the bottom of the channel today. Oops, that's a bit far out. We'll go right in down to about this point here, and then sneak up through the entrance and possibly get to Townsville tomorrow. I'll stay there a couple of nights and restock the fridges, etc. Rest for a couple of days, and the weather's looking at this stage reasonable for Thursday and Friday, so we're going to put a fair bit of distance under the keel over those 2 days to try and get back to Gloucester Island by Saturday. I'll give you a bit more of an update a bit later on in the day. after that horrible little stretch of ocean that we passed from Palm Island down to Magnetic Island, where the swell was wind against tide, and in a 20-knot breeze that got up quite a bit, at times up to about 3 metres. Turtle certainly performed well, and we didn't, at no stage did we take any green water over the bow, which was lovely, but got plenty of spray all over the boat. We pulled into Breakwater Marina, and we decided we'd stay the night and top up our provisioning and also the fuel. We ended up purchasing 580 litres at $1.91, and yeah, which we were quite happy with. We expected to pay around the $2 mark, so we could get a 9 cents a litre discount. We were pretty happy with that. But we ended up getting the courtesy car and going in and doing some shopping, and into Lambert's to get some more of their fantastic quality meat and vegetables and so forth, and top up for our journey back to Airlie Beach, for which the weather's looking pretty good for an early start tomorrow. So anyway, that sort of ends up this episode, and we'll catch up with everyone on the next episode, where we head down to Airlie Beach. Over about a week it takes us, yeah. Alright, we'll catch you up in the next episode. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like us, because we're not bad. Cookie would like to see those sort of statistics head up on our YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching.